What parent wants to see their infant with an open chest, with tubes and lines everywhere? Nobody ever wants to see their baby that way, ever.
It's okay. Oh, thank you. You want to have a snack? Yay! So we have a snack.
Kennedy's heart's special because it doesn't have the ability to pump blood to her lungs. Very rare to Kennedy's condition. She was actually born 6 weeks premature, and that's a result of her being a mono twin. The hardest moment for me as Kennedy's dad, before and after her first surgery, was just watching her try to grow with this condition. Her body didn't want to naturally breathe. Her body didn't want to naturally eat. And I would sit and watch those monitors, and I would watch her respiration rate decrease, and there would be times where alarms are going off because she's not breathing like she should. And it was very, very difficult to watch her just actually adjust to life.
You know, it's hard for me knowing that my little girl who's 20 months old still has one more heart surgery ahead of her, one more open heart surgery.
I think Kennedy is special on many levels. She's one of twins. She also has a rather complex congenital heart defect. She highlights the importance of early diagnosis. She was diagnosed prenatally. You know, normally we have 4 chambers in the heart. We have the 2 upper chambers, which are the atria, the receiving chambers, and the 2 lower pumping chambers, which are the ventricles. And in Kennedy's case, there is only 1 ventricle.
Thank you. Is it a drink some? For Mom. Thank you. Is it not enough? You want to taste it?
Here's some more coffee for you.
Right before Michael was born, we thought he would not need to have surgery until he'd need a full heart transplant at 30. But it was the first day I came back from maternity leave. We had a typical office visit with Dr. Peterson. They got his respiratory rate and they got his heart rate, and they found out that he was going into heart failure. And so that next day we had to admit him, and he had heart surgery that week. I remember just holding him and just kissing his chest because you knew that that little body was going to go through so much. And it wasn't fair, it's not fair, because he was so small and innocent in that chest that I knew would have this horrible thing happen to him just to fix him. And as a mom, not being able to help, it was awful. It was awful.
Michael's story is very interesting because he was born with something that we call L transposition of the great vessels, which means that his right ventricle is on the left side and his left ventricle is on the right side. Michael's diagnosis was made partway through the pregnancy. If this diagnosis had not been made and Michael would have been sent home from the hospital, he would have certainly had trouble gaining weight, and he would have come to the hospital as a very sick young baby. Knowing the diagnosis before he was born, that gave us the luxury to plan. We weren't forced into a position where we had to react to a situation that was going out of control.
Kennedy is just an amazing child. She's so smart, she's so sweet.
She's tough, she's strong, she's a light in our life.
Every time he does something new, it makes me proud just to see where he's come from. You know, anything that I personally have to go through is nothing compared to what he's already gone through in the first, not even 2 years of existence. He's definitely made me stronger. He's made me a better person. From what we're told, he's gonna have a normal childhood. We're gonna be okay.
So as brutal and stressful as the surgical process is for an infant and their family, it's absolutely necessary, because without it, the babies wouldn't survive. And what we do know is that if it's done well and they survive, which most babies do in this day and age, they can grow up, go to school, play with their friends, hug their parents. They can live very fulfilling lives.